So I can see how it's not someone's fault if they uh, discovered or sort of stumbled upon a sort of piss poor perspective, outlook that they didn't know they had, then they couldn't believe those were their own words coming out of their mouth, because everything is dialectically and reinforces passive aggressive and an assertive aggressiveness. Like your debit card and your credit, shouldn't the credit aspect be the part that has the money in it? And then the credit card should be the one that's called a debit. It's like everything is training somebody to really not reflect and to not be able to reflect or think. If you want to say think, but I don't want to call it thinking. I want to call it reflecting. Because the problem is that I wasn't thinking, remember? Like when I say this or I do that, somehow I wasn't thinking. And I just want to say it ain't your fault. Unless you are one of those people that said it's this type of thinking that's the problem. And then when you prove opposite through your actions, then you say I wasn't thinking. Then we want to kill you. And it's just natural to want to kill someone like that. You have to try everything within your means not to, because I even speculate that they want you to, and that you be falling for their trap if you reach forward and try to choke them, then it's like, oh, you're, perpetuating every stereotype that I ever had about you. And you're just, because they already talked a gang of shit about you and they need it to become true. It's the only reason that they're interested in dealing with you in the whole first place anyways. They already have a narrative. And if you want to hold up that narrative, then they like you. That just doesn't make, what about you? What do you like? Because you can't free everybody from a cult. They look at you like food, licking their lips, and it's schmirkish, and you're just gonna waltz in there and try to tell people that already know what's up with what time is, just like facts and stuff, like, this is this and that's that, and okay, but it always ever has been. If it's the case, then you saying so isn't going to change anything, isn't going to do anything. So that's when they recognize that you are not energy efficient and that you could use some help, or you could use some help and diagnosis and everything. You're just gonna get more mad. You're gonna make yourself mad trying to tell people who are gaslighting you that like a diagnostic of what is gaslighting and the history since going back to the movie in the 50s and the adaptation to clinical psychology and everything about when this is and when this isn't gaslighting and everything. And they're perfectly fine with being ignorant, even if it's not bliss, and it's not bliss, that they want to be ignorant. And if you wake them up, they're going to beat you over the head with clubs, and maybe then by that time it's you deserve it. You just don't have time. Like they like if Christ is the basis of and the foundation of logic, then they will their matrix will come untangled. The knot that has them enmeshed and entangled and ensconced in the ridiculousness and the mental gymnastics and the logic why you would think of people as disposable or reprogrammable like a tabula rasa. an Etch a Sketch. You could just shake them up and they'll go back to blank. You know, like they'll eventually be brought to a higher frequency of consciousness, regardless of anything that they've done. You just don't have time to wait for them.